Today's episode is sponsored by, it's been 19 years since the release of JoJo's iconic Leave, Get Out. That song changed the world. It changed my life. 19 years later, it was announced that JoJo is going to make her Broadway debut. Did you know this, Julie?
Yes.
She's going to make her Broadway debut as Satine on Moulin Rouge, the musical. Which, by the way, Julie and I went to go see Moulin Rouge a couple of months ago, and it was spectacular. I would fly to New York to watch JoJo play Satine in Moulin Rouge.
I have been thinking about it.
I mean, incredible. I mean, what listen, if you haven't had the opportunity to watch, I'm so sorry, because it was so well done, so good, so fantastic. And to be able to watch JoJo, I mean, I would watch JoJo, walk across the street. I'd pay.
Literally.
I would pay.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And so JoJo, come on the pod.
Come
because
on the pod.
we would work on that, Julie. Can we work on that one? Can we work on that?
Let me get my manifestation powers going, because that would be amazing. JoJo was so, like, she is such a staple in my younger years. Like, I vividly remember watching that music video. Too Little Too Late and Get Out, both bops, both amazing. I love JoJo.
Love JoJo.
And people don't talk about JoJo as much as they should. One, she's vocally brilliant, but also the same thing that happened to Taylor Swift happened to JoJo.
And Kelly Clarkson, no?
No, I think Kelly Clarkson is the one that suggested that she re-record her music, but and JoJo did the same thing, where she re-recorded some of her songs and re-released them. So, and no one pays attention to stuff like that. But she's been out here hustling. She didn't have rights to her music for a long time. If you notice, those songs weren't on like Spotify or anything for a while.
Right. Now that woman can sing.
Can sing it down.
She is, I love JoJo. JoJo. Wait, is JoJo a Pisces? Is she? I can't remember if this is true. I don't think she is, but she might. Let's see. Why doesn't Oh no. She was born December 20th, 1990. December 20th, that's cusp of something.
Is it Sag?
Let's see. Sagittarius.
I was right.
Sagittarius. She's a Sagittarius.
Britney Spears is also a Sagittarius.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Wait, she has the same birthday as my roommate Ken. Ken, I'm pretty sure your birthday is December 20th.
It's gonna be awkward if it's not.
I know. Because he's also cusp Sagittarius and Capricorn. Age 30, JoJo, age 32. Joanna Noel Levesque. Wow. Joanna, come on the pod. Would love to have you.
Please.
Welcome to Me and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Adrian and Julie here. Julie.
It's me.
Julie, how are you? Tell the world. Tell our international audience.
I'm great. I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, good, alive, sore.
Always a plus.
Yeah, sore.
Yeah, sore.
I started seeing a trainer.
How are we feeling? Good, huh?
Well,
ain't that a bitch?
Today, I'm in pain today.
Yeah,
I'm in pain today, but
Okay, I love that for you. This is a good thing.
Yeah, it better be for all the money.
Okay, absolutely, 100%.
No, yes, it is a good thing. I'm trying to live a happier and healthier life, And
Yes.
so, not that I'm not happy, but I'm definitely trying to live a healthier life. And so,
Mm.
I'm the kind of person that needs to be told what to do, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Okay. Love that for
uh,
you.
anyways, I don't know anything about how to be healthy, so gotta hire somebody to do it. But
And you
luckily,
know
there
what?
are
That's great.
right. I'm stimulating the economy.
100%.
Okay, there is there is a a short white Caucasian man
Mm.
who lives on the west side of LA who has money to buy food and gas this weekend. So
Wow. Thank you,
good for him.
Adrian.
You're very
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah, that's what's happening with me.
I love that for you.
Yeah. Only a matter of time before I'm a Twitter thought. You know what I mean?
And I can't wait. And I can't wait.
um oh God, I can barely raise my arms today, but it's okay. And I didn't even barely. We barely did a workout yesterday. Yesterday was just the assessment. You know. I'll keep everybody abreast of the situation as it
I love that.
happens.
You'll start feeling good eventually.
I mean, we'll see. No, I'm sure I
You
will.
will. You
No,
will. You
yeah,
will. It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
couple of
yeah.
days are fucking
It's gonna be,
annoying.
yeah. It's no, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm about to be a 34-year-old man. You know,
Yeah.
I can't be
Don't we
living.
know it? Don't we know it?
I can't be living like I'm a child anymore.
Right.
I need
Unfortunately.
to be a grown up. I need to be an
Yeah.
adult. I need to take care of things. I'm
Yeah.
buying a home.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you something about your 30s. Life comes at you fast.
Mm.
And your 30s, oh my, every ache, I'm like, oh, am I dying? Okay, life caught up to me. I'm dying.
Right.
And the other thing, not to be a Debbie Downer, but I was talking to Candace about this the other day too, that as I've gotten older, I feel like that with my parents, where like anything that happens to them, I'm like, this is it. This is it. Prepare yourselves. Like yeah, death is becoming so much more of a, it's always, right? But like you don't, I never thought your parents are gonna die. That's not a thing.
Right.
And
It's a
now I think
weird.
about it all the time.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts. Not that I think about it all the time, but I would say my parents are definitely getting older,
Yeah.
and it is a scarier thought, but
Yeah.
it's also like because of my I think this is my own personal experience because we have lived through the past 3 years of
Hmm.
living in a pandemic. To me, like every little thing is heightened, every little
Mm.
ache, every little whatever
Mm.
it may be is heightened. And so my parents aren't old. My
Right.
parents are still very capable of doing anything and everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, you kind of get to the point where you're like, okay, you're not getting any younger. We live in a world where like it's so easy to die.
So easy.
Not to be such a downer.
I know, but
Um,
for you can walk outside and there you go.
right, right. And so, yeah, it's very weird. It's
It
very
is
weird.
so weird. I do not recommend your
Uh
30s, skip them.
but your 40s, I feel like you're kind of like,
Those are gonna be
okay,
great.
whatever.
Yeah, those are gonna be a blast. Those are gonna be a
Yeah.
blast. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the 30s as we ease into it, get comfortable here.
Right.
Yeah, everything is a problem, is an issue, is a low meltdown about my aches and my pains and am I dying inside and I just haven't realized it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I also think that like I'm also at still such a young age. I don't
right.
feel like at this point my parents had 4 children at my age
Wow.
and two little ones and
Wow.
two, what they were about to be, I don't know, teenagers or something. I mean, what?
Isn't that great? I think about that too all the time. My mom had me when she was like 24,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like 10 years older than that essentially, and I'm still like, anyway. Who
Yeah.
wants to go to a concert?
Right.
Like what
Right.
are we when are we gonna grow up, do you think?
I don't know. I live in an apartment with two friends. Like,
I love that. I love that.
we were talking about
Yeah.
what's for dinner tonight, hamburger helper or ground turkey with bok choy. Like, who,
Wow.
uh, my parents had to figure out how to feed four kids and pay for a home.
Yeah.
What?
What? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, our lives are very different from our parents.
I'm getting Venmos for a Beyonce concert.
Wow.
I'm not mad at it, by the way. I mean,
Right.
I couldn't imagine my life with four kids and a mortgage
Yeah.
and, you know,
I
what?
want kids and I can't imagine my life with four kids.
I mean,
Four?
four.
And they
And let
just
me
keep
tell
growing?
you, let
No. Oh,
me tell you,
no.
these four were a piece of work. So
I believe that.
I, and they continue to be, by the way, all four of them.
It never stops.
I
Someone
mean,
lied. They
I
said
would
18 years and you're done. No,
if
you're
I
not.
if I were my parents, I'd be like, okay, leave me alone. You all
Yeah.
have a credit card. You can, if you
Yeah.
need to fend for yourself, you can.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Well, that's what's happening.
All the 20-year-olds that listen to us are like, God damn. This growing up is gonna be bleak. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is the reality.
It is part of the reality.
Yeah.
It is part of the reality.
Yeah.
The other part of the reality is that I wake up and I can do whatever I want. And
And no one can tell
I
you a goddamn thing.
nobody can tell me a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I could see whoever I want. I could go wherever I
Mm,
want. I can make whatever decisions I want. I could decide to spend my money however I want.
right.
There are a lot of beautiful things about right now.
Totally. Totally.
You
Totally.
know, I could
Yeah.
decide to make a podcast with my friend and be like, okay, you know,
And now we're doing this every week. And that's beautiful.
and that is beautiful. I could sit
Yeah.
and watch hours of Housewives. I could sit down and eat my dinner and watch The View and then watch an episode of The Real Housewives. And to
Mm,
me, that is
joy.
the perfect life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
the perfect
agree.
life. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what's going on.
That's what's going on. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Also, though, side note, pray for us. It is freezing in Los
Oh my
Angeles.
God. Oh my God.
It is what is happening?
It was
And
hailing
not
this
only
morning.
it's like cold and windy.
I mean, it's cold all across the country. So if you're listening from us from outside of the United States, please know that everybody here is freezing.
Yeah, we're cold. It
Uh,
just hits you right in the fucking face when you
oh
walk
my
outside.
God. I just, oh my God.
What is the reason?
I don't know. I don't know.
Climate
Nina,
change.
what's it like in New York? Are you guys, is there a storm over there? Where is the storm? Where's the blizzard? Where is the snowstorm that I've been hearing about?
I
Is
think
it,
it was snowing in places in Southern California.
it was snowing in Pasadena. Ask Erica Jane from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I will. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go and ask him. Um, insane.
Yeah.
Insane. And then there's that. As you get older, you're like, these scientists may be onto something and we may be dying.
Right.
And no one's gonna stop it.
No one's gonna
Yeah.
stop it. No one's gonna
No.
stop it.
If
I
anything, we're
mean,
speeding it up.
right. I mean, we'll be dead by the time the planet actually implodes. Um,
Hopefully.
I think so.
Oh,
I
I
think.
hope so.
I mean, the weather can only get more extreme though. So I
I
hate. There's
I just
nothing.
I know that I opened this conversation up, but I need to tell you that I have smoked and I'm going to start getting paranoid.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say this. There's nothing
Yeah.
I hate more than being cold. And I'm dramatic about it too, because like I'll shiver, but I'll shiver with such angst
Of course you will.
that I that my body starts to hurt. And I'm like, calm the fuck down. I literally had to tell myself this the other day at work. I had to walk outside and I was shivering, but like very dramatically. And I'm by
Right.
myself, by the way. Like I'm just, going
Yeah.
from point A to point B by myself. I have a
Right.
jacket on, like whatever, but I am shivering. And I literally had to have an inner monologue with myself and be like, you're so fucking stupid. Why are you shivering this much? Calm the fuck down. And I literally just stopped shivering.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. No, but it
Listen,
has been uncharacteristically
yeah,
cold.
no, it's very cold. And we're about to get a really big rainstorm. So gird your loins.
Yeah. Wow.
Um I, I was about to say something, but I totally forgot
Oh,
what it
I'm so
was.
sorry. That's probably my fault.
No, I don't remember what it was. Oh well. Well,
Well,
look for it on our Patreon. We don't have a Patreon, and I
we
probably
don't.
won't remember, so don't look for
It'll
it.
come to you at the most
Yeah,
random time.
it will. It will. Okay, well, listen. Um, no better time to do a pop culture pop-up episode than now, because it's time
Yeah.
for the pop culture pop-up. First up on the pop culture pop-up, breaking news.
Hmm.
Breaking news. Succession, HBO's
Hmm.
Succession is ending after season 4. Season 4 is the one that they just filmed. Is that's what's
Yeah, they're
happening?
currently filming it. Yeah.
And they said we are done. Everybody said we are sick and tired of Jeremy Strong and his method acting.
Oh my God. I literally made a TikTok about this
Oh,
and I
did
said the
you?
exact same thing.
I only say that because I saw a headline or a tweet or something that said that Brian Cox hates or can't stand Jeremy Strong's method
Brian
acting or something.
Cox is Jeremy Strong's number one fucking hater. He
Brian
is
Cox plays
the dad.
the dad, and Jeremy Strong plays one of the sons. You want to tell us a little bit about what Succession is, Julie?
It's a large media company that is owned by a family essentially, but the father of this family and all of his kids are wanting to take over for the dad when the dad retires. So essentially they're fighting for, I mean, it's literally Game of Thrones.
Hence the
They're
name Succession.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're fighting to take over the company and
What's
it's
the name of the company?
just oh,
Oh, I didn't know if
I
it was important.
forgot.
It's okay. It's not
Um,
Succession.
it's not. But it's so good. The show is very good. But it's fine if it ends.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
I mean,
you know,
how long can that story go? Right?
that's what I said on my TikTok too. Like
Oh,
how,
Julie.
like, I'm like, I mean, they're fighting for the throne. I mean, he has to retire at some point, no? Like,
Right.
and then what happens? It's just like they could have promoted it as a mini series, maybe that would have been cute. I don't know. I feel like sometimes when people really love a TV show, they get so distraught over the fact that it gets canceled. Fine. Same sometimes. But for this, I'm like, I'm kind of okay with it. And I don't know about you, but when I look at a cast, I like to think about whether they get along or not. Like, do they get
Hmm.
along behind the scenes or not? And when I look at this cast, I think, no, no. And I don't think like in a negative way, just like in any other circumstance, none of these people would choose to be around each other.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I do think that Jeremy Strong's method acting negatively impacts everyone else.
I'm sure. I mean, how
And
could
he
it
seems like
not?
insufferable bitch
These are our episodes, right? Like they're on set all day.
all
And
day.
this and Jeremy Strong's character I don't think is a likable person, right?
No,
Like
he's
are
a
any of them likable?
downer.
Right. So can you imagine being surrounded by that all the time?
No, which is why Brian Cox is like, why don't you go? Like, I think he said something like, Jeremy Strong is so talented. He has it. He has the gift, but he's so fucking annoying.
Okay,
That's
now
a quote,
question.
by the way.
A question. I, I'm not an actor. Julie, last time I checked, I don't think you are either.
No, I'm
Okay.
not.
If somebody is a method actor
Yeah,
and like Brian Cox said, has the gift,
yeah.
do they really have the gift if they cannot turn it off and on? You know what I mean? Is that a valid question here? Like
This is a valid question.
they're so method acting is that like you never break character. You're like you act the way you play this character all the time, even when
Mhm.
you're not acting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I think it depends to like the intensity of the method acting. Like are you taking the term loosely? Like maybe you speak only I think Lady Gaga, it was Lady Gaga who spoke specifically in her House of Gucci accent while they were filming. I don't think it helped, if I'm being honest. But that well, that doesn't harm anyone. You know what I mean? You're just talking in an accent. But when you're like Jared Letoing the fucking set where you're sending vials of blood to your co-stars because you're the Joker, I feel like
uh
okay, now you're negatively impacting me and
uh
annoying me. And
uh
and I think that's where it goes like a little cringe. And at first I was like, oh, Jeremy Strong, he's so quirky. He's
uh
just quirky. And the
uh
more that I hear about it, I'm like, no, he's insufferable.
right, right. Apparently Robert De Niro is the one who like pioneered method acting.
Mm.
I didn't know that. Other I so I googled like famous method actors just to like, they listed Robert De Niro, Christian Bale, um
Yeah. Daniel
Natalie
Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Natalie Portman. It says Natalie Portman is a method actor.
Mm.
Adrian Brody, Daniel
Mm. Hmm.
Day-Lewis. Yes, I see here. Oh, Hilary Swank. Interesting. Interesting. Heath Ledger, and probably not for all of their performances, but like Heath
Right.
Ledger did The Dark Knight, Natalie Portman did Black Swan. Um, interesting. Interesting. Listen, I've actually only seen like the first four episodes of Succession. You know
It's
what's
like
great
you
about
like
putting
to upset me.
you know what's great about putting our episodes on YouTube is that people can now truly see the way Julie looks at me with her eyes when I say things like that. Because let me tell you, it is a sight to be seen.
I just like I just don't understand.
What is it that you don't understand?
Clearly you enjoyed the show.
I mean, yeah, it was good.
It's just like how can you exist not knowing the rest of the story?
I guess it wasn't good enough for me to be like, okay, I need to watch the next episode
Baby,
now.
but you're talking about Abbott Elementary, you're talking about Grey's Anatomy, you're talking about all of
Okay, not you putting me
every
on
single
blast like that.
every single show that you watch,
Okay.
unless it's Housewives. Do you not finish it?
I'm busy.
Not that busy. I was just talking to a friend earlier today about the I'm busy guys.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dude, no one is ever that fucking busy. That excuse is so fucking annoying to me. There's no way you're that fucking busy. There's
I'm not that busy, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's easy for me to watch The Real Housewives because it's you I don't have to pay attention to it like so, vigorously.
sure.
And so I can have it on when I'm doing other things or when when it's just easy, something just easy to watch. If something like Succession, I have to pay attention or else I'm going to get lost.
Sure.
And a lot of the time it's hard to find an hour to sit down. I'm talking about me personally, to sit down to give you my undevoted attention because I'm eating dinner and watching The View. I'm washing the dishes and listening to music. I'm talking on the phone. I talk on the phone more than I have ever talked on the phone in my entire life.
Why?
Because
What is the reason?
because people want to talk and I want to talk.
Cool. On
My
the phone?
friend, yeah. I talk to my friend Christian on the phone almost every day. I talk to my friend Alex on the phone. I call my
Don't you
parents.
work with Alex?
Well, Christian and Alex and I work at the same place, but we don't
And
see
y'all
each
still talk
other.
on the phone?
Okay.
On the
Yeah, we talk on the
phone?
phone. Yeah, we talk on the phone.
Thank
Um,
them. No, I'm just kidding. Start a fight.
you're funny.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can take that part out if you want.
I'm not. Why would I take it out? I didn't rank them. I talk to other people on the phone. I talk to other people on the phone too all the time. So,
Wow.
yeah, Kanisha and I
Interesting.
like to have conversations while one of us is driving home. Most likely her. I'm
Interesting.
not a big driving on the calling and driving. I'm more of a let me
I need
sing,
my music.
but I
Yeah.
will absolutely answer your phone call on the drive home. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, So I'm talking on the
Okay.
phone. Um, I'm doing things. I'm editing the
Okay.
podcast. I
Sure.
let's see what else. I'm taking showers.
Okay.
I'm scrolling on the internet. That consumes a lot of my time.
Okay.
Um, you know, yeah.
Right.
Listen, I
Right.
don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know.
It's okay.
I
It's
don't
okay.
know.
And I'm sorry I
I
made you feel
don't
judged. But
know.
it's just like
I
this
can't
pattern
have
of behavior
I can't have
when and
Succession on while like I'm eating dinner or while like I'm washing the dishes or whatever. I have to
why
sit
not?
down because I have to pay attention. And then
Okay.
because if not, then I'm like, what the fuck were they talking about? And then I have to go
Right.
back.
That's okay. Yeah, yeah, I get that. I get that.
And then but next
I just can't you finish your sentence because then you're gonna forget what you're gonna say.
No, I was gonna say like and then next thing I know I've spent now an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes watching one episode.
Yeah.
What? I
And then,
can't. What?
but I bet when you sit down and watch Housewives, you watch like 2 hours of it
No,
without
no.
even
Actually, I'm kind of like one at a time. But
okay.
the other thing about Housewives is now that you can stream them anywhere is that I can watch chunks of them. So like
Mm.
which I could probably do with other things, but it's like there's also so many
With
housewives to
literally
keep up.
every single
I
one of
know
the shows
there's
that we
all
mentioned, you could do
right,
that.
right. The thing is like there's so many housewives to keep up with that they also take up a
Mm.
lot of my time. Goose,
Okay,
can you
that's
hear Goose?
understandable. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Good
Goose
says hi,
is
everyone.
barking. He says hi. Goose wants to be on the podcast. Goose is not my dog, my roommate's dog. Yeah, he's a little cutie. Um, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
All right.
I
Well,
accept that. I
listen.
just,
Okay.
me, who I am as a person, I just can't. There's so much content out there
Uh-huh.
that I'm like, what do you mean I'm going to start a show and not finish it? How does that even make
Right.
sense? How does it
Right.
end? How
Right.
does it end?
I also won't lie. Some of the first episodes were a little boring. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah, you got to get into the
I
meat of it, but the
know.
talking matters
See,
because
that's
then
why
they
I have
lie
to
to
sit
each
down and pay
other.
attention.
That's fine. That's fine.
And then
Okay.
half of the time I'm having to look up the words that they're using.
Adrian.
Uh, uh,
Oh.
next up on the pop culture pop up, Hoisier. Hoisier.
Mm.
How do you say it? Hoisier.
Hosier?
Hosier. Hosier. Say it again.
Well, now I don't want to.
You guys know who I'm talking about. The Take Me to Church guy. Take me to
Oh, what
church.
a song.
He's coming back with new music. Julie, tell us, how are you feeling? How does this make your nether regions feel?
Wet. Wet.
Mm.
Yeah. And he posted a gorgeous picture of himself to promote it.
Did
So
he?
thank you, Hosier.
Is
Yes,
he
he did. He did.
shirtless? Is it on his Instagram?
He's not that kind of
Oh,
artist, I don't think.
well,
Um, which is fine
but
for
he is a
him, I
man.
guess. but he is a man. It is an EP that will be out. Dude, you know what I love? Hosier for one, but two, I love an artist. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Adele, Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, I think, has done this before as well. You announce the EP weeks. We just gotta wait weeks. It's released March 17th. I don't need all the singles coming out once every fucking week. I don't need it. You just tell me about it and then release the music so I can listen to it all at once. That's all I want. That's all I need. He
Right.
wrote a beautiful handwritten letter to the fans when he released the announcement of this EP. And basically he says, thank you for being patient. He hasn't released music in quite a few years. And a tour announcement is incoming. It will be coming. Very excited. Candace and I are already making plans. So we will be there. Candace and I, let me tell you something about Take Me to Church. Candace and I became so obsessed with that song. We would
Mhm.
listen to it every single time we got in the car. And let me tell you something about us. We were always in the fucking car. We were always going somewhere. And we would listen to it all the fucking time. And we never got to see him live
Oh, you've
back
never seen him
then.
live? Have
No.
I?
Have you?
Hi, man. I don't know. Have we seen him live? I don't remember.
I'll be jealous. I'll tell you that much.
Let me see. I don't remember.
We almost saw, well, I almost bought tickets for us one time. And I don't know why I talked myself out of it. Dumb, stupid Julie. But bitch, we need to move to Ireland because that's another Irish boy.
I know the
They
Irishmen
make
are
them
really,
they make them phenomenal out there.
let me tell you, something's
Yeah,
happening over there in that water.
yeah.
Something
What is in that
happened,
water?
something happened in the early 1990s when all these men were born. When maybe late 80s, early 90s when all these men
Mm.
were born. Well, I guess Colin Farrell was not born in the 80s then.
Maybe it's just a
Yeah,
fucking beautiful country in
right.
general because these men,
Poiser, Paul Mescal,
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 I don't know. Everyone
Colin
tells me it's
Farrell.
mescal.
I don't know.
Niall Horan is one as well. Yeah,
Mm,
you don't think
is
he's cute?
he? I mean, I guess I haven't seen him
Niall's cute.
since he was
I think he's
in
cute.
One
He's like a cute
Direction.
little. He seems like a tech guy
How
walking
do
down
you
the
spell
street.
Niall? Oh, I see now.
Niall.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, he's cute. He's cute.
He's cute. He's gonna
Yeah,
be on the
yeah.
season of The Voice. Kelly Clarkson
Of
is
American
back.
Voice,
Uh-huh.
like he's gonna be a
Uh-huh.
judge.
Yeah, he's gonna be a judge.
Oh wow, good for
It's
him.
Blake Shelton's last season. So
He's
it's
still on
Blake.
there.
Yeah, he's still
I thought we
trucking.
already did his last season.
No, he announced that it was going to be his
Oh
last season. And now
no.
the
So we're gonna get just a whole bunch of like lame jokes about you're lucky this is your last season. Ha ha ha.
I hope so.
Oh
I can't wait.
Lord. And I'm not that
I'm
I watch
ready
the
for
show
the
anyways.
corny. Dude, I love The Voice. And I
I know
stopped
you
watching the
do.
last season because Camila Cabello was a judge. And I said,
Uh-huh.
not the racist. She won't be getting my eyes on this
Right,
show. So
right.
I didn't watch it. But now Kelly Clarkson is back and Niall Horan and Chance the Rapper is also going to be a judge.
Chance the Rapper. When's the last time
Yeah, I
Chance the Rapper
know.
put out music? Let's have that
A
conversation.
while.
Yeah.
A while.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite things about Hoiser are he is 6'6" and he's a Pisces.
Yeah.
Dangerous
He is
combination.
6'6". I always forget he is.
Hmm. Yeah.
Talk about a
Can you
man.
imagine 6'6"? I
I do
mean,
imagine.
no, I
Let me tell you
know.
something.
I
You know what?
mean,
I actually dated a guy that was 6'6", when I
mm,
was younger. Let me tell you something. You don't know this man, so I can say it out loud.
okay.
Biggest dick I've ever seen. I walked away from it. I
Oh,
couldn't do it.
yeah. Uh-huh.
I couldn't do
Yeah.
it. I said, sir, with all due respect, good luck out there, because it's not gonna be me.
Yeah. I've been with some tall
Yeah.
men. Yeah. Hmm.
And it checks out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Good
good
times.
time. Next up on the pop culture pop up, Selena Gomez has announced that she is taking a break from social media after a couple of a wild couple of weeks, days, hours. I'm not
Mm-hmm,
sure.
mm-hmm,
What has
mm-hmm.
happened, Julie? What is driving Selena away from TikTok?
Selena Gomez has been going through it, I think. Just posting like a couple of shady videos. Again with the
Oh.
Hailey Bieber and
Well, I saw she
I
commented
think
on a video posted where Hailey Bieber put her finger in her mouth when when she was referencing Taylor, or somebody referenced Taylor Swift,
yeah.
and Hailey Bieber made a like yak face, and then
Mm-hmm.
Selena
Mm-hmm.
commented on it. Right? That's the only thing
Yeah,
I've seen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then I think fans were posting like obviously then that became news, and then fans were posting videos kind of being like Hailey Bieber and like her little clique are always throwing shade at Selena. Like the one day that she decides to speak up, like you guys can't fault her for that, blah blah blah. And she was commenting on her fans' videos, like I love you, and like oh this means so much to me. So kind of like in support of that narrative. And I think it's just like adding fuel to the fire. And it really started when she went live a couple of
Wait, are we
days
talking about
ago.
Hailey Bieber
And
or Selena Gomez?
so Selena Gomez was liking videos of
Oh,
fans
uh-huh.
saying that Hailey Bieber
I
is
see.
constantly shading Selena.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then she what was I saying?
Sorry, I'm so
I lost,
sorry.
I lost it. No, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, she went on a live. She went on a live where she was, I think people were talking about her weight at some point, and she went on live and was like, I have to take all of these medications and they have made me gain weight. And, I'm not Bella Hadid and she's my girl crush, but like, I'm not gonna, I just have to resign myself to the fact that I'm not gonna look like her ever. So it was like a lot of vulnerability happening, and clearly she wasn't okay with some things like her physical appearance. I think she was a little self-conscious about it, which I don't think she should be, but we all have our demons. And so she I think it was like a spiraling of that, and then it was commenting on the Hailey Bieber TikTok, and just kind of chaotic social media energy was happening for a little bit there. Maybe insecurities were showing a little bit. And I mean, in her documentary and in interviews before, she has said that, I mean, social media hasn't been good for her. And she's
Right,
taken breaks before.
right,
So,
right. Listen, Selena, you are on a critically acclaimed TV show with the
yeah,
likes of Steve Martin, Martin Short, Meryl Streep. You don't need to be on TikTok.
you don't need this.
You
You don't need their
have
bullshit.
you have reached a pinnacle in your career where now she referenced that she's 30 and her being on social media is silly. So let's do
Yeah.
this. If I
Well,
were
let's not
her,
get crazy, Selena.
well, I mean, yes, right,
To
like,
each their own.
right. But probably also more so like, I mean, I don't know exactly what she meant, so let me not theorize. But like, if I were advising her on her career, I would say, let's have let's carve what is a limited but impactful social media presence
Yeah.
where you're not responding to comments, you're not doing any of that stuff, but you are providing just enough engagement where it makes sense for your age and your fans, but not
Yeah.
enough to really, do any of this kind of like
Affect
silly
you in
stuff.
any,
Right,
yeah.
right. And let's really focus on your career. And let's create a model for how a somebody as famous as her at this age that who grew up with the internet um can have a long and lasting quality career. That's what I
Yeah.
would try to do. I would try to figure that out. What that exactly looks like on social media, give me a couple days and I'll figure it out. But
Right.
um we don't, yeah, you're good, Selena. Hailey Bieber, I mean, what else does she have going for her? It's like
I mean, you're
she's
you're
not
you're
acting with Meryl
focused.
Streep.
I mean, yeah, the focus on comparing, not that she's doing it necessarily, but like that anyone would compare Selena Gomez to Hailey Bieber is absolutely ridiculous. I don't even think they're in the same universe
I
of
agree.
talent or looks or like anything, you know. I don't talk about anyone's look. Obviously, Hailey Bieber is gorgeous, she's a fucking model, but it's like you don't need to be comparing yourself to Bella Hadid and Hailey Bieber. Like that's not realistic for any of us, not even rich people, you know.
Right.
It's sad to me, and I wish you could see that. But I honestly, if we're talking about the core of the problem here, I said it when her documentary dropped, and I'm going to say it again. She doesn't have a good circle of friends, and
Mm,
you can tell in the documentary, and you can tell because I think one of her closest friends is also friends with Hailey Bieber. And not to say that you have to pick sides when stuff like this goes down, but that just feels like a conflict of interest. You
I
know what I
think
mean?
that makes the biggest difference in so many people's lives. Having a
So
close
many
group of friends, whether it
that
be,
are rooting for you.
and it could be one or two, three people, four people.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be a group of 20 people. It usually
right.
isn't. It's not. It's one to
No,
two, three,
there's no
four
way.
people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh, there should
yeah.
be classes on how to be friends in high school.
Totally. Or there should be more conversations about the importance of friendships. Because
Right.
I think we all of our focus all the time. People are like, bitch, you talk about this all the time. Fine. Okay, but friendships are important. I just feel like all the focus is about romantic relationships and finding a romantic relationship and a partner and love and like marriage and babies. And it's like, okay, but like you don't want to lose yourself.
And
What do you think? uh,
you can't put your
mm,
weight all in one, like all of your eggs in one
no, you
basket.
can't.
You can't
You
expect
can't.
one person to be everything for you. They can't be your best friend and your lover and your partner and your roommate and you're this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. It's impossible. And that's probably why most relationships end, because you begin to expect too much from one person.
Yeah.
And a truly successful, healthy relationship, most likely, probably, is with two people who have their own lives, their own identities, with their own friends, where, and not to say that you can't mix that company, like, oh,
Hmm.
I don't talk to my husband's friends. Like, no, 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 no. But
Right.
people that you can go and count on and that can be there for you and that can do things for you that your partner can't and honestly shouldn't, you know?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet y'all didn't expect to get relationship advice here today. But guess what? I think that's how it works. So,
Hmm.
do you have anything else to say about Selena Gomez, Julie?
Yeah. I hope she takes care of herself, finds better friends.
Selena, come on the pod. Selena, we'll be your friends.
Hello. Hi. We're great
We
friends.
can provide references.
100%.
Yes. Next up on the pop culture pop up, Ellen Pompeo, aka Meredith Grey, is
Yeah.
leaving Grey's Anatomy tonight, the night that we're recording. So by
Yeah.
the time that you listen to this, she will have already left.
It's already
Where is she
happened.
going, Julie? Where does let's talk and let's not talk about Ellen Pompeo. Let's talk about Meredith Grey. Do you know where she's going? What she's doing? What's happening?
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to write her off. I haven't watched this season. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saving them to binge them. So I
Okay.
don't really know what her storyline is. I am feeling a little emotional about this. Of course I am. Dude, Ellen Pompeo as Meredith Grey has been a constant in my life for like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that fucking character. And I love Christina Yang and I still miss her. And I just feel emotional. And this is great. What in the same route of Succession, what else can Meredith get her bitch ass into?
Give Meredith Grey a vacation.
Can she take a break? Can she take a nap?
What has that
She's
woman
been
not
through
been through?
enough. Yeah. The bitch almost
Bombs,
exploded.
airplane crashes, um,
A shooter.
a shooter. Her husband
No.
died.
Husband died. Oh my God. Her friends died. Her mom died. Her dad, like it's happening everywhere. I
She
just
got
I
COVID.
the bitch got COVID. She got attacked by a patient. I mean, guys, let the girl breathe.
Ugh, I would have
Let her
sued that
breathe.
hospital by now. Oh, she owns it. She can't.
Guys, she owns it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She owns a
Because of this fucking
hospital.
plane crash.
She owns the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
So
God.
I understand the necessity of this. I understand that it needs to happen. I am feeling some type of way about it though, a little bit. I
Of
am.
course.
I'm like, oh, there goes my Meredith.
Yeah, as you should, Julie, as you should.
Yeah.
You know what I find the saddest, and not to say that it won't happen, because never say never, but I find every day that this becomes less and less of a possibility. But the reunion of Meredith Grey and Christina Yang seems to be slipping out of my fingertips.
It's like, why don't they like why don't you don't love us? If I were Sandra, I would be like, just for the fans, I will do it. I'll come back
Right.
for one episode. And
I
and it
don't think
really upsets me
Sandra,
that she
by the
doesn't.
way, I don't think Sandra likes Ellen Pompeo. Am I the only one who thinks that?
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think
I've
they
never
like each
thought that.
other. Oh, really? I don't
Mm-mm.
think they do.
I can see that. They're very strong personalities.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know for a fact, because I get the vibe, that Kyler Lee doesn't like any of them bitches.
Lexi?
Uh-huh.
She doesn't like, not even married, none of them?
No,
Is that why she got
no.
written
You
off?
know when she came back? No, no. I think she left. I think there was like a thing where Jesse Williams was like coming on to her.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the reason why she left, but she did talk about that after she left. So
Jesse Williams isn't on the show anymore, right? He left
I think
already
he came
too.
back.
Oh,
But I don't
listen.
know if he came back for good
Talk
or
about
if
a
he
tall
came.
man.
Hello. You know what? Speaking of Jesse Williams, I'm getting to my point. Give me a minute. I watched Your Place or Mine, the Ashton Kutcher and Reese Witherspoon
Hmm.
rom-com the other
Hmm.
day.
Uh-huh.
I watched it. It wasn't terrible, but I'll tell you this, it would have worked better as a like friendship movie. These two
Uh,
people that are friends.
hmm.
And funny spoiler alert, they spend literally about 5 minutes in the same screen.
Right.
Everything else, they're in one place. And anyway,
Your place or mine.
that's not yeah, literally. But that's not even the ridiculous part. The moment this movie lost me, okay, granted, it was towards the end, but also it lost me the minute that Reese Witherspoon picked Ashton Kutcher over Jesse Williams. And I'm gonna believe that?
That sounds
No,
racist to me.
no. I'm like, absolutely not.
Right.
You have Jesse Williams in front of you, and you're like, I'll take Ashton.
Right. Oof.
No, no.
Anything else you want to say to Ellen as she says bon voyage?
Ellen, I love you. I love
Come on the
you.
pod.
I've loved you
Yeah.
for over 20 years. Yeah, come on the pod so I
Talk
can
about
cry to
somebody
you,
who's
please.
rich. Okay.
That woman doesn't have to lift anything up with her hand ever again.
Right. Next up on the pop culture pop up. Well, all I have to say is Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. I have not been able to stop. I walk around
Oh
the house.
God.
Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. Ariana DeBose, she took over the internet. If you don't know about this, then you truly live under a rock. And
Yeah.
you
Oh, under whose rock?
I mean, if that's where you want to live, good for you. Um, Academy Award winner Ariana DeBose hosted the
Yeah.
British version of the Oscars, the BAFTAs, and like any great host of an award show, put together a
Hmm.
song and dance to open up the show. And let me tell you, I have never seen anything take over the internet like this did. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Um, you made a TikTok about it, but I didn't see it, so I'm curious to know what you said. I talked a little bit about it on our TikTok live.
Okay.
What do
Well,
you
now we know Adrian doesn't watch my fucking TikToks. That feels rude. Anyone, let's vote. Raise your hand if you think that's rude. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's fine.
I said I haven't
I
watched it yet.
I didn't hear the yet, but it's fine. You don't gotta watch it. It's fine. Other people do, and they tell me they love me.
Okay.
I posted the TikTok after she deactivated her Twitter.
Oh, I see.
And I was just talking about how it didn't need to be like that. She could have
Uh-huh.
just taken the joke, you know?
Right.
Um, I personally, me who I am as a human, could not watch the whole video because of the secondhand embarrassment. I couldn't
Oh,
do it. So I only watched a very little clip and I was like, oh, I can't do it. And I had to turn it off. Um, but I feel like she could have leaned into the joke, leaned
right.
into the chaos, leaned into the cringe, and just been like, and what? And I can't prove it, but I feel like if we all sit down and put our heads together, we can all agree that somehow Lin-Manuel Miranda is to blame.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
I think we all
No, he
know he is.
100% is. Yeah.
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 Yeah. So, okay, a little backstory here. Ariana DeBose, she was in the original cast of Hamilton. Ariana DeBose did a rap at in this musical number that she did at the BAFTAs, and it was like a very quick. She couldn't keep up with kind of rap.
No, it was too
It
fast.
was too fast, and she was doing too many dancing moves, and she was very out of breath, and it wasn't the perfect performance, but it was what a lot of gay people have been saying. It was very camp. It was very, it was everything that you kind of want to, it was like it was fun. It was camp. It
Yeah.
was outrageous. It was something to laugh at but not make fun of. Um I personally think that she really had her feelings hurt because I think that she
Yeah.
really thought that she's like, I don't know her and I don't know this to be true, but this is my assumption.
Right.
But she was probably like, I worked really hard on that. Um, and I was very serious. And now everybody's laughing at me like I'm a laughing stock. And that would
Yeah.
hurt my feelings too.
Oh,
If you are not
absolutely.
surrounded by the right people, uh, that's where I think deactivating the Twitter, you know, went wrong
Yeah.
because she has since leaned into it leaned into the joke of it. She had no other choice, to be honest with you.
I
Uh,
mean,
but it was it just wasn't. Whoever wrote it didn't do her a service. It was there was
well,
too much
apparently
happening.
her team wrote it.
I well, that's what I'm saying. Like
No.
they didn't do it. The thing is that Lin Manuel didn't write it, but whoever wrote it
Right.
was trying to be
Yeah.
a Lin Manuel,
Yeah.
and so it just didn't. Today the
It
release
didn't.
somebody made a montage of her getting ready and rehearsing, and so
Mhm.
now they're releasing all the footage and whatever. I mean,
She's gonna be fine.
she's gonna be fine, and she's gonna make fun of it at the Oscars. She's gonna keep her mouth shut until the Oscars happen,
Yeah.
in 2 weeks, and it'll be a whole thing. And
It will.
I
And
said
you know
on
what? Uh-huh.
I was
You
just gonna say
said.
I said on TikTok Live that I think she needed this, because we weren't really talking about Ariana,
Right.
and so better to be talked about than to not be talked about, I say. So and
And if she's looking,
you didn't do anything
uh-huh.
wrong. So
That's the thing too. I'm like, I mean, it's like a cute little theater kid that got to do their one performance. I'm like, who cares? I think where it went wrong, where it's like not wrong, but like read the room is like you did this at the British Awards,
Right,
like a bunch of
right,
stuffy ass people that
right.
do not know how to take a joke. Um, so the room was not going to give you the energy that you needed. But you know what, Ariana? If you're sitting there in your room and you're really sad about it and you need just like a good thing, I just need a win. I urge you to go look for the video of Colin Farrell in the audience during your performance. That motherfucker is vibing the entire time. Okay. He is having a blast.
That
And
man is
everyone
high.
around him, and I love that for him. Everyone around him, he is sober. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm so
But
sorry.
everyone but everyone around him is like
Okay, that's why he was
stiff
laughing
as a
then.
board, probably
High on
stiff
life.
as a board, and he's vibing to the music. He loved it. He
I'm
loved
sure
it.
he did.
And that's the kind of audience that she needed. She needed
Right.
more Collins in the room. I mean,
Yeah.
don't we all?
Right.
But yeah, she needed more of that energy. I feel like if this would have happened even at the Oscars, it would have been fine.
Yeah, yeah. And we live in such a different world now where like the internet takes over things and
Yeah,
you have to just learn how to react on a whim. And if you're not
yeah,
used to it and if you are not, if you're not capable of keeping up with where the wind is blowing, you're going to get left
yeah,
behind. So let's learn that in media training. Let me go teach a class on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ariana,
Agreed.
come on the pod. We would love to discuss
We would
so
love
many
to talk about
things.
it. Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Next up on the pop culture pop up, Julie has new information to share. Julie asked me, Adrian, do you know what e-gluing is? And
Oh shit, I forgot about this topic.
I said, not a clue. And she said, well, let me tell you. Julie, here's your opportunity to enlighten me and our wonderful listeners on what e-gluing is.
I want to apologize first and foremost for having to tell you about this term. Well, Julie, how do you know this term? I'll tell you how I do. Um, a blind was submitted into Dumois about e-gluing. An A-lister apparently um enjoys the act of e-gluing. I guess that's how you would say it. And that was basically the blind. This actor likes to e-glue. He's an e-gluer. And and his friends and family are worried about him,
Okay.
and they might stage an intervention of some sort. So I said, I've never heard this term before. Let Google is your friend, ladies and gentlemen. So let's Google. Let's get to work. So I Googled. I should have known better because the first article I clicked on, I read the article and it was like, this term that's taking off, everyone's talking about it. We can't describe the act because it's too grotesque.
Oh
And I
my
was like,
God.
did that stop me?
No.
No. I said, let's go click on another link. Um, Iglooing. It is when one man has a big shit, then another man wraps it in cling film, like saran wrap, and puts it in the freezer. Once hard, the second man then proceeds to put it up the first man's asshole.
You need to go home.
It's a shit dildo. It's a shit dildo.
We have too many freedoms in this country. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
what is
Electric chair.
okay? So who do you think it is?
I don't know. They didn't give any clues on the blind
How do they come up with e-gluing? Huh.
because they freeze it.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
Can you imagine?
I mean, sadly, I can. Yeah,
That's insane.
because I am of the generation that I'm of the two girls, one cup generation. So I think anything is possible.
Y'all don't know shock and trauma until you're in high school and someone tells you, "Have you heard of this?" And you go on your merry way to Google it.
Right. Right.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know what Two Girls in One Cup is,
Google it. Come back and tell us what you think.
I mean, yeah, I of this, of course, is I guaranteed somebody out there is doing this 100%.
So insane. I'm gonna throw up. That's so gross. That is shit play. You're
Yeah.
playing with
Okay.
your shit?
Yeah. 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 I mean, no, not me.
No, no, I know, I know. I
Not
know.
me. I wasn't saying yeah, like, oh yeah, I did. No, not me. No,
That's gonna be our first scandal. Someone's gonna
that's
cut
not
that clip together and
is
post it
not
on somewhere.
my that is not
Oh
my kink. No offense if that is your kink.
no.
We don't kink
Yeah.
shame here.
No, no, no.
I personally, this is my own personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's not something I would do. No,
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 no.
no.
And if that is something you would do, please come forward anonymously if you would like. We would love to have you on the podcast. I am dying to know how, why, where, when, what. I
Mm-hmm,
would love to know all the
mm-hmm,
W's.
mm-hmm.
So come on the show. We'd love to discuss.
I still have this webpage of Niall Horan looking at me, so I'm gonna close it because he's looking at
He's
me like
judging you because of
he,
what we're talking about. He
he
is
really is.
judging you.
Well, listen. Hmm.
Exactly.
Take me to church. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
next up on the pop culture pop-up.
Yeah.
A little bit, let's go back to the Grey's Anatomy universe, shall we? It was announced that Patrick Dempsey, former star of Grey's Anatomy, is going to star in a movie. I think it's a horror movie with the
Yeah.
one and only Addison Rae. Um, I brought this up to Julie when we were in our hot topics meeting before our show, and I said, "What does that say about both of them?" You know,
Yeah.
particularly Patrick Dempsey. Addison Rae, I get it. I mean, good for her. She's still getting cast
Yeah.
in things, even when her first movie and her music career went nowhere.
Right.
But Patrick Dempsey, and also, are they playing lovers? Father and
Okay, I had
daughter?
that question and I don't know.
Hmm.
And I'm nervous to find out.
Yeah. What
I'm
do you tell
nervous
us
to
your
find out.
thoughts, Julie?
Every day that passes in the days of our lives, I think that it's a bigger and bigger possibility that maybe Patrick Dempsey was fucking an intern on the set of Grey's Anatomy because the way his career has flopped.
Is that a thing?
Yes, baby, that's why
I
he got
didn't know that.
fired.
Wait, that's why he got fired?
Yes, he was cheating. This is the rumor. I know someone that worked on the set.
Uh-huh.
It was a rumor that went around on the set. It's not just an
Uh-huh.
outside rumor. That I don't think it was an intern, but like a PA, like a production assistant,
Mm-hmm.
that he was cheating on his wife with a PA, was constantly being late because he was fucking her in the trailer,
Oh my
wouldn't
God.
show up for call times, and Ellen Pompeo found out, and she was like, "Put a stop to it, or I'm telling your wife." And I think his wife found out anyway. So I don't know if it
Of
was because of
course.
Ellen Pompeo or it came out just naturally. But any who's all, Shonda Rhimes found out about the diva behavior of not showing up, and she's like,
Death to you.
"Yeah," she's like, "Let me get that death certificate printed." Um, and at first I was like, "Not my Patrick, not my
Mm-hmm.
Patrick." But
Mm-hmm.
now the way Hollywood has not embraced him, because he is a beautiful man.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been a rom-com king.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And the way
Mm.
Hollywood has actively avoided him, and now he's acting alongside Addison Rae, I gotta believe he burned quite a few bridges.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to point out Addison Rae from a lineup of two people. I would. I don't know who is her target audience? Like, what's her demographic?
Probably younger, like
Uh,
early 20s, maybe early late teens, early 20s.
and I mean, I know that she like wants to act and sing and whatnot, but like, what does she do before that? And like, she was TikToker, but like, what did she do on TikTok?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay. So no, okay,
I have no idea. I don't
interesting.
think Addison Rae's TikTok has ever come across my For You page. So
I
thank
don't
you,
think
TikTok.
it has either. Not mine.
Yeah,
Addison, come on the pod. I want to know
I
what you do.
guess.
Patrick, come on the pod. I have a lot of questions for you.
Please. Yeah, I actually have tons of questions for you.
Patrick's wife, ex-wife. I don't know.
No,
Come on the
they
pod.
were gonna get a divorce and they're still together.
Oh my god.
They announced the divorce and then they were like, just jokes. We're gonna stay together.
Oof. Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's gonna do it for the Pop Culture Pop Up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture Chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do. Follow me on
Okay.
this journey to the Latinx spotlight. It's not gonna be evident firsthand.
Okay.
Here's some news that is bittersweet, and I don't actually know. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, but I'm leaning towards negatively. The
Okay.
Latin Grammys will be hosting the next year's Grammy or this year's or next year's Grammys at the in Spain. In Spain. The Latin Grammys will be not the Hispanic Grammys, because you would think, right, because of the Spain, but it's not the Hispanic Grammys. It's the Latin Grammys. And my Latinx spotlight is every single Latina artist that has to deal with this kind of bullshit in this environment. You can't even
Mm.
thrive in your own kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Colonizing in 2023? Like it's
2023.
very frustrating. And I applaud every single Latina artist that is persevering despite the system that is so actively against them. Which is why Bad Bunny, come back to us. Artists like Bad Bunny that are like so Puerto Riqueño and like unapologetic about it. We need more of that. We need artists like that. Um, I didn't think that I could hate Rosalia because I was one of her fans when she was just singing Folklorico back in the day before she did whatever she did with her music. And I'm not to say this is her fault, obviously, because there's the Laura Pacinis, there's like a lot of artists that are not, Latinas, and they have been thriving in the Latin Grammys. This is unfortunate. I heard or I saw an article earlier today that Gloria and Stefan and someone's gonna kill me, but her husband, I forget his name,
Emilio.
Emilio,
Emilio.
Emilio, they were pitching Miami to the Latin Grammys. I
Have they
think they
not
pitched it in
have they not been in Miami before?
Vegas.
They've never been in Miami?
I don't know if never, but
Interesting.
I gotta say no if they were pitching it this hard. They had a
Mm-hmm.
pitch meeting in November about this. It's unfortunate that they went with Spain.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. So many places to go, by the way. I
I mean,
so
I
many
mean,
places to go.
so
I'm
yeah, uh-huh.
I was just gonna say it's like it's like who are the people who are running this organization, and what is it, what's the where are the brains is my question.
Yeah. So I was reading quite a lot because I was like, I really didn't know how I felt about it for a minute there. So I was reading a couple of articles, and some people are speculating that maybe it has to do with visas. I think that visas coming into the US are a little bit more expensive than visas going anywhere else. So maybe it has something to do with that, with some artists. I mean, not every artist that is nominated for a Grammy is a millionaire, unfortunately, which is unfortunate, but that's the reality of it. if that's the reason, I feel like maybe I'd feel a little bit differently about it. Because I'm like, dude, I get it. But
I
it's
don't
also,
I don't know. That seems like a very. I feel like it would be. I mean, I don't think it's going to be hard for them to do something over there, but it feels like they could figure out a visa situation.
I mean, yeah, this is unfortunate. So again, my Latinx spotlight is just the Latina artists that keep thriving and trying to succeed in an industry that refuses to give them a proper voice.
Hmm, absolutely. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week comes in the form of an album. This Is Why by Paramore was
Mm,
just released not too long ago. I love Paramore. Love
mm,
Paramore. The fact that Paramore is still putting out music, the fact
mm-hmm,
that Haley Williams is a voice of our generation, the fact that Haley Williams made what I think to be a conscious decision to, and I know that there's been lots of things that have happened internally with the band Paramore, but to for her to make the decision not to become a solo pop girly after the success of some of her pop music that she was featured on, like the Airplane song, and I think she had a song with Zed, um, but continued to make music as Paramore. I love that.
mm-hmm,
Paramore for me defined not specifically my winter quarter of freshman year in college. Um, I and how I know that there's a lot of people making rock music right now, but like to be able to listen to music that still sounds like their music from 2007 2006 is but still feels new and still feels fresh is I think also a talent that should be celebrated. My favorite song on the album, if you're curious, is Big Man Little Dignity.
mm,
um I think it's a fantastic album. It's about 36
mm.
minutes, and I would love some. I've never seen Paramore live, but I would love to see Paramore live one day.
I think they're going on tour.
I think they are, yeah.
Oh,
This is why
fun.
the album by Paramore.
I
By the
love
way,
that.
premiered number
Uh-huh.
2 on the Billboard charts. I mean, what
Okay.
rock band is doing that nowadays? You know,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and number
Uh-huh.
1 on all the like rock charts and alternative charts and all that type of stuff. So
I
that's
love
my
that.
azúcar for the week.
Wonderful. My azúcar this week. I keep bringing this up, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up until you guys really truly understand what I'm talking about here. When I tell you that I rewatch the first like 4 seasons of the Mindy Project so often. I don't get to the part where Danny and Mindy break up or like whatever happens to their relationship. I don't need that. I just need the build up. I just need the longing. I need the kiss in the airplane. Can we talk about the kiss on the airplane? I just need Chris Messina being adorable, being an adorable grumpy man. Um, and I just love it. I don't think I was gonna bring up the thing that I don't want to spoil. I think that TV romance is so glorious because it allows you for the slow burn, for the easy does it, and the longing. Oh, the longing is so good in television. Specifically, Bones. Bones has a very great romance story arc. The Office has a pretty good one. New Girl, Nick and Jess, and Mindy Project. Mindy and fucking Danny. I almost forgot his name. And that just brings joy to my heart. It brings joy to my heart. Does it make me finish writing my romance novel? No, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's originally why I started watching it because I was like, this is gonna make me want to write some romance. If I'm watching good romance, I'm gonna want to write good romance. That's not how my brain works, apparently. But if you get a chance, The Mindy Project is on Netflix. You can watch it. And just don't, as soon as you feel them start to break up, just stop the show. It's really not worth it after that, if we're being honest. That's my
I
answer,
love
guess.
that. Love is in the air. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. Make
Thank
sure you
you.
follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at You, Me, and Chisme. Make sure you subscribe to our newsletter at youmeandchisme.com. Make sure that you follow, rate, subscribe, review, do all the fun things you could do with this podcast on the internet. Specifically, we love Apple Podcast reviews. On
Mm-hmm.
Spotify, I think you can give us a rating. We would
Mm-hmm.
love it if you did that. If everyone took just 20 seconds out of their day to give us if you listen on Apple Podcasts, give us a little review on Apple Podcasts. That would be great. You can also watch these episodes on YouTube if you feel the utter need for joy.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, what else should people do? Is that everything? You can send us fan mail.
You
You
can.
can send us voice memos on Instagram. You can write us fan mail. Do you need advice? Would you like to get something off your chest? We take it all.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then we'll be back next week with more
Yes, we
Chisme.
will.
But
Yes, we
until
will.
then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.